buddy Drew with Living History's Mysteries and Ferocious Feline Productions. You know, I was going through my amazing book on Abraham Lincoln, and I started getting into the fact that, he kept, much like a lot of people in that time period, kept journals of his life. And I started to really delve into wondering and looking to see if there was anything in particular that would fit in to the 31 days of Halloween on Living History's Mysteries. And I actually found something that's very fitting that happened to him before he became president. But then the coincidence of after becoming president and stories he heard just added to it. Check this out. This is good.
Abraham Lincoln, a man known for his towering stature and indomitable spirit, was born in a humble log cabin in Hardin County, Kentucky, on February 12, 1809. From a young age, his life was marked by hardship and the pursuit of knowledge. After his family relocated to southern Indiana, Lincoln's thirst for learning led him to self-education, poring over borrowed books by the flickering light of the fireplace. As Lincoln grew older, he honed his skills as a storyteller and orator, captivating those around him with his tales of adventure and his wit. Though his circumstances were far from ideal, his determination to better himself was unyielding. This unquenchable thirst for knowledge spurred him to study law and eventually pursue a career in politics. In the early years of the 19th century, Lincoln embarked on a hunting and exploration trip with a small group of companions. They ventured deep within the untamed wilderness of southern Illinois, eager to uncover the mysteries that lay hidden within its dense undergrowth. The air crackled with anticipation as they stepped into nature's embrace, their senses heightened and their eyes ever vigilant. As they journeyed through the ancient forest, the wild beauty of their surroundings engulfed them. Towering trees, swaying with an almost ethereal grace, whispered secrets carried by the breeze. Lincoln, his tall frame blending effortlessly with the rugged terrain, assumed the lead. His trusted rifle, now a prized companion, was slung over his shoulder, signifying his prowess as a hunter. The group navigated through the untamed wilderness, their footfalls muted by the carpet of leaves beneath their feet. Their minds teemed with wonder as they marveled at the vibrant shades of gold and russet that adorned the trees, a testament to the passage of time and the changing seasons. In this idyllic setting, Lincoln's tales took on a mystical quality. His deep voice resonated amidst the silence of the forest, capturing the imagination of his companions. Each story wove its own spell, merging truth and fiction into a tapestry of wonder and enchantment. But as the day wore on, the laughter and merriment faded, replaced by an eerie silence that settled upon the group. A stirring in the underbrush caught their attention, and their hearts quickened. Lincoln's keen observational skills had captured something amiss in the wilderness. Suddenly, a strange sound pierced the air, its origin shrouded in mystery. The group's senses sharpened, every nerve on edge, and then, as if conjured by their collective imagination, the creature revealed itself. Towering above them, the menacing creature stood upright, its colossal form cloaked in fur and muscle. It gazed upon them with eyes that seemed to hold within their depths a spark of unfathomable wisdom. Stunned and captivated, Lincoln's companions were rendered motionless by fear, their breath escaping in hushed gasps. The creature's presence seemed both ethereal and tangible, defying explanation. It emitted haunting howls and guttural growls, its voice carrying a primal melody that sent shivers down their spines. Lincoln, his heart pounding in his chest, watched the creature move with an otherworldly grace, disappearing into the depths of the forest as if it were a part of its very soul. Left awestruck and shaken, Lincoln and his companions exchanged wide-eyed glances, their minds racing to comprehend the extraordinary encounter they had just experienced. Was this the elusive creature, whispered about in legends and tales passed down through generations of Native American folklore? Their questions remained unanswered, swirling in the depths of their minds. The encounter with the mysterious creature left an indelible mark on Lincoln's spirit. In the years that followed, as he rose through the ranks of politics and eventually became the President of the United States, his thoughts often wandered back to that extraordinary moment in the wilderness. Strategizing within the walls of the White House, Lincoln would occasionally reminisce about the untamed beauty of the wilderness and the encounter that had forever changed his perspective on the natural world. The memory remained vivid, a testament to the allure of the unknown and a reminder that even the most rational minds could be shaken by the wonders of the unexplored. As Abraham Lincoln sat by the fireplace in the White House, a visitor began to share a remarkable story. It was a tale of two young brothers who had ventured into the wilderness in the same location in search of white-tailed deer. The brothers had found themselves deep in the river bottoms, where old hayfields painted a rural landscape. The visitor described how they had hitched their horses on the side of a muddy field, unable to traverse the steep, winding mud path. Undeterred, they continued their journey on foot. One brother chose a spot to settle down for their hunting expedition, while the other went a little further, walking up the edge of an embankment. With vivid detail, the visitor narrated how they positioned themselves at the very end of the open field, near a horseshoe-shaped clearing. This particular corner of the wilderness was known for a game trail that crossed the horseshoe and eventually led to the river. As the visitor continued, they recounted the events that unfolded on that eventful day. The brother who was positioned near the game trail noticed movement across the horseshoe-shaped slough. At first glance, it appeared to be a skunk, and he prepared to take a shot. But as he watched more closely, he realized it was something far more extraordinary. The creature, as the visitor described it, was crawling up the steep bank, taking its time with each step. It seemed to be preoccupied, looking back and forth across the field before reaching up to grab leaves from a nearby sweet gum tree. The visitor conveyed how they could almost see the creature's eyes, nose, chin, and shoulders as it feasted on the leaves. But then, something happened that shook them to their primal core. The creature started walking towards the open field, heading straight for the brother who was lying in wait along the game trail. At that harrowing moment, they could feel the fear and adrenaline coursing through their veins, and a creeping dread slowly cloaked the scene. The first brother bursting out of the brush, running for his life and screaming for his brother's help. The creature, sensing the terror, dropped down on all fours and growled menacingly before disappearing into the thicket. As the visitor finished their tale, Lincoln was left spellbound. He marveled at the connection between their story and his own mysterious encounter years before. It was as if the creature had chosen that remote corner of the wilderness to reveal itself to those who dared to venture deep into nature's realm. As Lincoln absorbed the story, he couldn't help but think about his own legacy. In his presidency, he had faced unprecedented challenges, guiding the nation through a bloody civil war and fighting for the abolition of slavery. The weight of his achievements and the responsibility of his leadership often consumed him. Yet as he sat there, listening to the tale of the creature in the wilderness, he found solace. It reminded him that he was not just a politician or a leader, but also a man who had once walked through nature's embrace, encountering mysteries and wonders beyond comprehension. It reminded him that he was connected to something greater than himself. For Lincoln, the encounter with the enigmatic creature highlighted the vastness of the world and the endless possibilities that lay beyond the grasp of human understanding. It spoke to his own insatiable curiosity, his relentless pursuit of knowledge, and his unwavering dedication to the betterment of America. As he leaned back in his chair, his gaze shifted to the room adorned with books and documents, symbols of his intellectual pursuits and tireless efforts to shape a nation. His thoughts wandered through the hallways of history, recalling the Emancipation Proclamation, the Gettysburg Address, and the countless lives that had been saved and changed, even to this day, as a result of his leadership. In that moment, Lincoln realized that his encounters with the creature in the wilderness and his achievements as president were intrinsically linked. They both spoke to his deep sense of purpose, his compassion for his fellow human beings, and his unwavering belief in the fundamental rights and equality of all. As he sat there, his mind reaffirmed his commitment to making America a better place, ensuring that his nation would be a beacon of freedom, equality, and justice for generations to come. The encounter with the enigmatic creature reminded him that the mysteries of the world were not just to be pondered, but to be embraced, explored, and understood. With renewed determination, Lincoln rose from his chair, ready to face the challenges that lay ahead. He understood that his presidency was not just about political calculations, but it was also about embracing the mysteries of life and ensuring that every American had the opportunity to pursue their own path, just as he had pursued his. As he left the room, his mind filled with the echoes of the wilderness and the enigmatic creature, he knew that his encounters with the unknown had shaped him as a man and as a leader. And in that knowledge, he found strength, hope, and a profound sense of purpose to continue his journey as the leader of the United States of America. Later in life, Lincoln sat again comfortably in his favorite armchair, surrounded by his closest friends. They were gathered in his humble abode in Springfield, Illinois, seeking solace and entertainment amidst the trials and tribulations of the Civil War. Lincoln loved recounting stories and sharing anecdotes, letting his wit and charisma shine even in challenging times. "My dear friends," Lincoln began, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm, "I have another tale for you tonight, a most peculiar encounter that befell two brave hunters in the wild forests of southern Illinois." The room hushed as Lincoln took a sip of his tea before continuing his captivating narrative. It was over a century ago, in the winter of 1764, when the brothers ventured into the remote wilderness. They were ardently hunting coyotes under the moonlit sky. In their pursuit, they found themselves surrounded by an eerie silence, as if the very woods held their breath. Lincoln paused for a moment, relishing the anticipation in the room, before sharing the moment that changed everything. Suddenly, an owl, or so they thought, began its unusual calls. Its hoots were too deep, too unsettling. Yet, as if in reply, another owl responded some distance away. The calls became more frantic, unnerving even the seasoned hunters. They knew it was not an owl making those calls. As his friends leaned in, captivated by the tale, Lincoln's voice took on a haunting tone. Then, my dear friends, the forest unleashed a sound that shook their souls. The screams of a creature not known to man echoed through the night. These brave hunters, frozen in terror, heard the thunderous footfalls of a two-legged creature rush past their hiding spot. The room erupted with gasps and murmurs, all on the edge of their seats, as Lincoln painted a vivid picture of the unknown creature. At daybreak, the brothers sought to reclaim their belongings, but they were met with a growl so menacing that it stopped them in their tracks. They feared a bear had made its lair nearby, but as they scanned the area, their eyes met something far more extraordinary. Lincoln's eyes twinkled as he relished in the suspense he created. Behold, my friends, they saw a towering figure, standing upright amidst the thicket. With wide shoulders and covered in shaggy dark hair, it appeared akin to a man, but far more immense and primal. Its eyes, deep in its skull, possessed an unwavering darkness. Gesturing with his hands, Lincoln continued. The creature blinked, conveying both its sentience and the terror that befell these hunters. And then, my friends, it vanished into the wilderness, leaving an indelible mark on their memory. As the room erupted with questions and exclamations, Lincoln chuckled, enjoying the lively company. And so, dear friends, I leave you with this tale from the wilds of southern Illinois, a reminder that even in our modern world, mysteries and wonders still exist, waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to venture forth. The night continued, filled with laughter and camaraderie, as Lincoln's story became a cherished memory shared amongst friends, woven into the tapestry of their lives during one of the nation's darkest hours. As the night draws to a close, let us reflect on the remarkable journey of Abraham Lincoln, a beacon of patriotism and perseverance in the annals of American history. Through tales of the wild and encounters with the unknown, Lincoln's unwavering dedication to his nation shines bright, illuminating the path for generations to come. From humble beginnings to the hallowed halls of the White House, his life is a testament to the power of hope, resilience, and the unyielding spirit of freedom. As we bid farewell to this evening's storytelling, let us carry forth Lincoln's legacy with pride and purpose, inspired by his enduring commitment to a more perfect union.
Welcome back. You know, it's like I was saying in the beginning. I was simply sitting down, reading, killing a little bit of time before work, and I started thinking, you know, there are so many famous people from history, Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, Teddy Roosevelt, who had encounters or adventures that just didn't fall into the realms of the norms, that they documented in a journal or told stories or whatever the case may be, put it in a book. And so I started looking into Lincoln and whether or not he had any stories or adventures before or after becoming president that would fit into the realm of our 31 days of Halloween. And I was amazed to find out that he kept multiple journals through the years from his late childhood, early adulthood, all the way up till shortly right before his untimely death. And as I started looking into these journals and these stories and stuff, I was amazed to find out that much like Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, Teddy Roosevelt, that Lincoln had written in one of his journals about an encounter with a wild man of the woods. Is it true? We all know Lincoln was known for his stories. Now, whether he dramatized these stories or, well, just like to spout off a little BS once in a while, who knows? Who knows? Sadly, everyone who was alive at that time when this encounter happened is long gone. And all we have are those journals, those stories, to use as breadcrumbs to find the answers. It'd be kind of cool to find out that he really did have this encounter when he was just an attorney in Illinois. Wow. Sadly, the truth behind this story will just remain one of those mysteries that history left behind. But that's all we got for you today. I hope you're enjoying the 31 days of Halloween on Living History's Mysteries. I know I am. I'm really liking finding these stories and bringing them to you. We got a lot more of the month left and a lot more time to tell stories. So until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. God bless you, God love you, we do. And we'll see you out there.